Two monumental puppets representing Patience and Fortitude, the lions guarding the entrance to the main branch of New York Public Library, tapped their paws and swished their tails on stage at Radio City Music Hall the other day. It was break time during rehearsals for Radio City's New York Spring Spectacular, and in an orchestra seat, Randy Weiner, one of the show's creative directors, leaned back and began formulating, aloud, a few interesting notions. Some had to do with the scene that had just unfolded, a bit of interactive business in which Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, as the recorded voices of the lions, asked audience members to answer questions about New York. Others had a cosmic tinge. Continue reading the main story. Related coverage. The Rockettes during a rehearsal at Radio City Music Hall in Manhattan of their new show, Heart and Lights, which had been scheduled to open on Thursday but was put off until 2015. Gambling on postponing Rockettes' show rather than risking poor reviews. March 22, 2014. Sign of a new spring in Rockettes steps. March 14, 2014. What's so interesting, there are these two institutions, Radio City and the Rockettes, Mr. Weiner said. How do you honor these traditions? How do you move forward with Radio City? Is this quiz show the right tone for this place, with these carpets and plush seats? We have too much show, so what do we edit? Is there enough of the Rockettes? With previews beginning on March 12th, these are questions that require answers, soon. Mr. Weiner is known for freeform, immersive productions like The Donkey Show, a disco-era retelling of A Midsummer Night's Dream that he devised with his wife, Diane Paulus, the artistic director of the American Repertory Theater and the other creative director of the Radio City show. More recently, he created Queen of the Night, a multimedia bacchanal at the Diamond Horseshoe at the Paramount Hotel. This time around, he and Miss Paulus have been asked to do an about-face. James L. Dolan, the executive chairman of the Madison Square Garden Company, and the film producer Harvey Weinstein, have ordered up 90 minutes of non-stop family entertainment on a scale that Mr. Weiner has compared to the Normandy invasion. Message Entertainment, the division of the Madison Square Garden Company that puts on concerts and other events, declined to say how much the production would cost. It is not an assignment for the faint of heart. Radio City has not had a spring show since 1997, when Mr. Dolan's Cablevision Systems Corporation took a long-term lease on the theater. Ever since, he has been keen not only to come up with a springtime counterweight to Radio City's enormously profitable Christmas Spectacular, which took in nearly $80 million during its 7-week run in 2014, but also to reclaim some of Radio City's past glory. Continue reading the main story. We want to bring it back to what it was in the 1930s and 1940s, he said at a publicity event for the spring show in December. This is the first big step. Actually, it is the second, but the first step was a bad stumble. With great fanfare, Radio City developed Heart and Lights last year, a lavish spectacle meant to take audiences on a sentimental stage tour of Manhattan, with stops at landmarks and production numbers along the way. Just days before the first preview, with more than 100,000 tickets sold, Mr. Dolan pulled the plug after his own doubts about the show's storyline and songs were reinforced by several close advisors, chief among them Mr. Weinstein. The creative team behind Heart and Lights was out, including its director, Linda Haberman, the artistic director of the Rockettes since 2006. Regrouping, Mr. Dolan asked Mr. Weinstein to join him as a producing partner and give it another go. Some of the talent was close at hand. Mr. Weinstein was in the midst of bringing the musical Finding Neverland, his first theatrical venture as a producer, to Broadway. Miss Paulus is its director. Mia Michaels, the choreographer of Neverland, was signed up to do the opening number at Radio City, set in Grand Central Terminal.